Hey gang, I want to welcome you again to our unit on foreign policy. I've been sitting here racking my brains trying to figure out a way to put this in perspective for you all. Why is it important that we study foreign policy, and why is it important that we understand, as American citizens, our role in the world? Many of us will never leave the state of Maryland. Many of us will never leave this country. Why is it important for us to understand how we deal with other nations? And to put it in perspective, the best way I can do that is for you to hear from somebody who's not from here, somebody who is an outside observer as to what's going on. So I spent some time with a friend of mine who's from far away this weekend and asked him if he'd say a few words, and I got him to put some words down on video for me. So I'm going to cut to this and let you see from his point of view exactly why it's important that we study foreign policy.
Don't be alarmed, students. My name is Guzman. I'm from the planet Xenos, and I actually spent some time on your planet Earth back in what you would call the Stone Ages. Spent many, many years on your planet. I was talking to your teacher this weekend, and he asked me to see if I could explain from an outsider's point of view why it's so important that you learn the ins and outs of foreign policy and how your country relates to others. You may wonder why none of you have ever seen an alien before, if your teacher knows why. Well, the real reason is most humans aren't ready to relate to beings from another planet. Most humans don't understand how to relate to other humans from other countries. What you need to understand and why it's so important for your life on your planet now and for years in the future when official contact is actually made with my planet and the others in the solar system and in the universe is that the life and liberty of each citizen in your country is directly affected by how you deal with other countries and other organizations that are made up of other countries like the United Nations. Your foreign policy will guide the relationships that you have. And ultimately your goals are to preserve and protect your own country. And someday, your own planet. The United States constantly has to evaluate how it defines and redefines its interests as regards to other nations and how they set goals for their work internationally. And I look at your planet and I've seen it evolve over time from the Stone Ages when I was there, where you had small groups of individuals fending for themselves, cut off from the outside world, to now where there's an interdependence. Each nation relies on the others in the world to survive economically. They rely on each other politically. Anything that needs to be done, you can't do it alone. There are social problems in the world that one nation can't solve. There are social problems in the universe that one planet can't solve. And you'll continue to debate this. How involved the United States should be in world affairs. And it will cause tension in the international community as you respond to conflicts and global disasters and issues such as economics. But keep in mind, you need to learn this. And some questions that I want you to think about as your teacher walks you through and helps you learn these valuable skills. How are geography, economics, and demographics important in shaping foreign policy? Who determines for your country foreign policy? Can you afford to ignore economics, technology, political developments of other countries? how can you work with other countries? How can you foster collaboration to make it a better country for you, a better planet for everybody? Why might your interests differ from the interests of other countries and other organizations? Is it possible that your own sovereignty is compromised when you collaborate with other nations or other organizations? And finally, is the concept of national sovereignty an outdated thing in your world where each nation is so interdependent upon each other to survive? I look forward to hearing your progress. Hopefully, sometime in the near future, you'll be able to join the interstellar community as a planet. Goodbye for now. May we meet again.
Wow, it's not often that Gazoo is that serious. He makes some very good points. I will summarize, basically what he said on the next slide for you so you all can have them for notes. But it's important to keep in mind those questions he was asking as we go through this unit. I look forward to it, and please, don't tell anybody what you saw here. I don't need to get in trouble with the government. I don't need to get in trouble with NASA. If you tell anybody, I'll simply take the video down, pretend I made it up. We'll go from there. All right? I'll see you guys online.